Hey guys,
Right.
welcome back to the Off the Script podcast. Today, me and Jermaine are joined by repeated guest, IFBB Classic Pro, all the way from Austria. Kevin, how you
Hey
doing,
guys,
mate?
thank you for having me on.
Welcome back.
Nice to have you back.
Yep.
So how's things been with you since we last spoke?
When did we do the last podcast?
Been about 8 months.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, off season went pretty well since then.
Uh-huh.
I'm currently at my highest weight, like 120 kgs in the morning. Feeling pretty good, also pretty strong. So I guess it's the best starting point for prep. I will start prep at the end of March.
Okay.
And we'll compete in July, August, something like this.
Fantastic. Yeah, from what I've seen of you so far, you tend to stay in, I guess, striking distance. Like it's not you haven't gone crazy in terms of like when you say you've put on this amount of weight, it's a lot of clean weight. It's not like it doesn't seem to be
just I think it's a little fluffy right now, but it's okay. I have I had off like 2 years now because I was competing in 2019 July. This was my last competition, so I had 2 years off, and I think I gained a lot of size on chest, delts, and triceps, which are the main weakness or are the main focus. And I'm pretty confident in competing this year, and I'm trying to get a better placing than last time. So I'm aiming for the top 10 to do my routine on the contest.
Awesome.
So if you're not in the top 10, you can fuck off, and nobody wants to see your routine. So I'm trying to present my routine this time.
Fantastic.
And
what shows have you got planned? Have you got any in mind in particular? I know it's difficult now.
It's pretty difficult with the schedule. There is one in Portugal, which was my first pro competition. And we will take this one for the first, if it actually happens. And then we just go from there. Trying to do like 2 to 3 competitions, and then we see where we're at. If it's really, let's say if it's okay to go a step further and to try to come to the Olympia via points, but I don't think it's possible this year. More time.
So it's sounding like your main goal this year is to try and get as high in the top 10 at Pro Show as possible. Is that accurate?
Yes, definitely the goal.
Okay, cool. And what are you planning to do in terms of transitioning into this contest season? Is there anything different this time round in terms of how you're set up? Or is it just very consistent, very much the same?
As I'm working with Stefan from 2013 on, I think we will do like the same as always. I'm currently now at 5,000 calories. So we were slowly transitioned down, I think in like 14 to 15 weeks. We're laying out the prep for this period of time. And I don't think we will do anything different now.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Take it away.
So a couple of weeks ago, there was some big news coming from yourself with the new sponsorship over there in Europe. You can talk a little bit about that if you want to, because last time you were on, you were with Trained by JP. I know external circumstances are the main reason why that can't continue. Just take it away.
I just got a better contract or a better offer from another sponsor, which is in Germany, stated in Germany, and also the Brexit was a factor because the shipping we had to pay for the supplements for the last order, and this was a pity. So I was just taking the new offer from the new sponsor, which also has a lot of health subs and yeah, intra-workout ERAs. And I think that's basically all I need for my performance in the gym. And yeah, I got a pretty good offer as well. They're working with some kind of affiliate codes, so you can earn a little bit of money from that. And also the payments for the trips. So for the competitions, they take care of that. And that's also really important for me, because when I do a travel to like America or something, it will be pretty expensive. So yeah, I'm pretty well off with that. But just wanted to say all the Trained by GP subs or something like the subs are really, really good. And the quality is still really the best on the market, I guess. But yeah, currently I'm producing more and more German content because I want to build a little bit more into the German follower, Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. Yeah, because the advertising for this product is a little bit easier, I wanted to say, because all the German followers or all the which are stated in Germany, Switzerland, or Austria, always complained about the £20 shipping costs.
Yeah,
per GP. So it was pretty hard to advertise. This one is more like a mainstream company, which is a little bit down in the price, but I think the quality is pretty good.
Fantastic. Yeah, we'll put any and all links and stuff like that in the description below for anyone who's interested to check that out. There might even be some UK people who want to have a look at that as well. Sure. I don't know what the shipping rates are like to the UK from Germany, but
I don't know, really. Just have to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. So looking into, I guess, a bit more into prep, because I want to sort of stay on this, like, you going into prep horse that we're on right now. So
yeah,
one of the things I actually want to ask is, how do you sort of manage the transition from off season into the prep phase? Is there anything in particular that you do to go about that? Will you go into like a period of maintenance, then go into a deficit? Do you start just like tapering off, or is it just straight in? Like how do you manage that?
Basically, we take off like 500 calories from now and add a little bit of cardio in. So this will be the main transition. From mentally, I think I'm just realizing, I think only after 4 to 6 weeks, and I really realized that I'm in prep at the first 4 to 6 weeks. Sure. It's such a transitioning period, and you don't really feel anything different. The only thing I recognized in the last preps was I got stronger in the first weeks of prep because I was eating less, and that the digestive stress was a lot less, and I think this was helping my performance in the gym.
Yeah, fantastic.
There's been a big boom as well with Stefan's popularity in the UK since he's been working with Kuba as well.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot more people take note of him, his athletes and everything like that, which is great because I've seen him on one of the early JP videos when he was coaching Jordan, and always kind of take note of what he was doing, and then you two guys were always working together and stuff like that. So it's nice to see someone knowledgeable who's not as popular working with someone who has the big social media following and putting them out there and getting some more popularity for people that are very, very good coaches as well, which is really awesome.
Definitely the popularity was rising over the last 6 months, I would say. He was also on a big channel a big YouTube channel in Germany, on the Rep 1.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with Matze Busse, and I think this helped him a lot. Also is at the new sponsor at the Vayu. They also support him a lot with the social media things. So he's just doing the content and they support everything. And it's pretty great that he got a lot of support because he can put out a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, he's he has started to feel more and more to me like someone who is going to become one of those more mainstream gurus for sure, or coaches. Like I can see him in the same sort of crowd potentially in future as like, obviously, like Patrick Tall blew up this past year.
Yeah,
see that happening with him as well massively overseas.
I think he's working his status into these ranks. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Joe, do we want to get into some questions yet?
Let's do it, man. If people want more bodybuilding talk and training talk and stuff like that, when we did the podcast last year with Kevin, it was very serious and everything like that.
Yeah,
this time it's a bit more chill.
10 minutes in, we stop with the bodybuilding stuff.
Yeah, that's it. The only way. Right. So the first question was, will Kevin be competing? So we already covered that one.
Yeah.
So question number 1. If you could be any movie character, in which film, which would you be and why?
Wow.
And all the audience has tuned out. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about it as well.
The only thing that comes to my mind is Thor, because it's so beautiful.
Okay.
It's all the girls.
I was thinking the first thing that came to my mind, I didn't even really, I just had Terminator flash in my head.
Terminator.
And I was like,
really?
Is that really good?
Yeah.
With the dreads.
Really
with the
good?
dreads.
T800 with dreadlocks. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I went superhero as well. I went Wolverine. So
Wolverine.
That's pretty cool.
Are you sure about Wolverine? He seems like a very depressed man.
Yeah, I know. When he goes crazy, when he goes crazy though, and he gets,
he's got a
hang on,
problem.
And he gets to bang Phoenix. So happy days.
That's
so true. I have Natalie Portman then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That's okay. You've kind of solved me on that.
I'll take that.
Sense. I'm trying to think.
Famke Janssen's Phoenix, right? So yeah, I think so. Who are you going for, Jermaine? Terminator. I mean, you don't get any girls, so
Sarah Connor. No, I don't get any girls. Even Sarah Connor's not interested. I don't know.
He was pretty shredded though back in the day.
He was. Maybe
Aquaman.
Yes, that is a great one. That is a fantastic one. Jason Momoa is very popular with the ladies, so I can see that working out.
So all we focus is on ladies. Perfect.
Yeah.
We don't focus on the superpowers. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the superpowers are cool. It's also an excuse for you to be at the beach permanently. So I think we've lost Joe just now.
Yeah.
He's a bit stuck.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here.
Just looking good. Looking
Your
good.
face is
I'm here. No.
You look great, Joe. Don't worry about it.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can still hear you. It's just
that's fine.
Blinking with a big grin on your face.
There
we go. Get back. Yeah, I'm going to go with that Aquaman, actually. Good suggestion, Kevin. Joe, what was yours? Wolverine, for sure. Are you sure?
Yep.
Raging alcoholic. Excellent. Okay. Next question.
Right. If you would be a high-level pro in any other sport, which would it be and why? Go on, Jermaine. You can start.
NBA.
Yeah.
Basketball?
Probably basketball, yeah. Basketball is one of those sports, especially in America, where it's pretty much the national sport of America. And it's almost a national sport for a lot of other countries around the world.
Yeah.
And the amount of money those guys are making, even if you're not high up in the NBA, like the amount of money you'll make is ridiculous. So
and the girls.
And the girls, yeah, of course, yeah.
The main topic of today. So I'm going with golf.
Golf?
Really?
Really?
Tiger Woods.
That's good. That's good. Any reason besides Tiger Woods though? Like what attracts you towards golf?
You want to be the best Austrian golf player of all time.
Now I'm gonna piss off all the golf guys. You don't have to do much work.
He's gonna be like, what's that film where he's not even a golfer, he just has anger fits when he's playing golf?
What, with Adam Sandler?
Where with Adam Sandler?
Oh shit.
Where he just ruins the courses and just takes the piss out of everyone.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name.
I could see that. Have you seen Tiger Woods' son playing golf?
No.
He hits everything he does when he's playing golf. He does the exact same as Tiger Woods. Okay. Like there's comparisons of him teeing off and the way he like swings back, the way he connects with it's all the exact same. I'll try and find a video and send it, but it's bizarre. He's like exactly like him. You can tell
it's not really his son. He's just made a clone. So.
That's exactly what's going on there. Right, Joe, what's yours?
What was the question? Oh yeah, American football, 100%.
American football, yeah. I thought that would be the case.
I'd go back to playing. Apart from the concussions, it was fun. So there you go.
I never really tried it. I tried rugby. I was into rugby for a little while, but I never got into American football. It's never my thing. It's fun.
It's good. If people are interested, like there is a league in the UK, and that's when I played was for like the junior team, the youth team, and stuff like that. But I don't miss the head injuries and stuff like that. Yeah. It's just not fun because you forget what you're doing for like half the day. You play for like 5 minutes and then you forget everything else.
That's why I stopped playing rugby, was because I was lifting in the gym at the time, and one of my friends who was also playing rugby at the time, he was like getting really strong, like wanted to do powerlifting meets and stuff. But he wouldn't quit rugby, and then he dislocated his knee playing rugby, and that was it. He couldn't do either. So at that point, it's like, well, is it worth it? And that's when I stopped.
Yeah.
I didn't want to risk
all the issues from these two sports.
Yeah. It's compounding.
Do you have any experience playing golf, Kevin?
I have. I also have the competition license, I think. License. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, right.
I did it in school, but I've never done golfing again from school on. So I was just thinking about the money and the sponsor contracts.
Yep.
When we were answering this.
That's where my head went. Yep.
Yeah.
And the girls. So
go for girls.
Did you actually play any other sports at school? Was there any other? Because I know we talked about this briefly last time. I remember.
I did a lot of sports. I tried judo, but stopped it because everybody was sitting on my head. When my mom was carrying me home, I was already laying on the bed there because I was knocked out. I did football, but it wasn't pretty good. So soccer or football. Mm-hmm. What else did I do? I did volleyball for a pretty long time. I think until I was 18. Yeah. Okay. So
it's really popular in Europe, right? Volleyball.
Yes.
Really popular. Because my Polish friend as well is really popular over in where he's from, over in Poland. This doesn't exist over here. There's no real competition or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
it sounds rather gay, but watching it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah. When you have an appreciation for it, it's the same as bodybuilding, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you can't get much gayer than bodybuilding.
Big gay, but it's kind of cool when you understand what's going on.
Yeah. I used to enjoy playing volleyball like in the swimming pool, like water polo. That was always fun.
Yeah.
So bit gay,
Nearly the same.
Yeah, nearly the same. But you wear like Speedos as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. That was the one rule that was naked.
All skinny dipping. Yeah.
Yes.
What is the weirdest sport you guys have ever played or tried? Was there any particular sort of thing that you consider sport which is very bizarre? Because I have one.
Okay. What, that was weird, or just I didn't like it?
It was just bizarre, as a bizarre, non-conventional sport.
I think netball is stupid.
Okay.
There's already a game called basketball that is superior to netball. It's the same. You just can't run with the ball. But basketball, you can already run with the ball. So what is the point?
You make a valid point. Yeah. That's true. There's a lot of stuff like that, isn't there? That's kind of like the same concept, just variations on it.
Well, it's like rounders and baseball, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
True.
But yeah, my weird sport that I tried and did for about 3 months when I was younger was it was underwater hockey. It was the most right. Let me explain this for the viewers.
You have to hit a salmon or something.
It was so right. There would be the same setup as regular hockey.
Okay.
Except you had snorkels and you had flippers, like, that you had on.
This was happening in the north of England.
Yes. It was happening in Sheffield. Yes.
Really? Okay.
In an indoor swimming pool. I think there was an outdoor one as well somewhere else in the city.
Sounds like a Florida sport.
It is. And there was like a slightly buoyant puck that would be floating in the water, and everyone would have underwater hockey sticks.
Okay.
And you'd have to underwater just flip your way about and punt this like hockey puck underwater. It was the most bizarre sport ever, and half the time people almost drowned because people got really kind of heated and aggressive underwater and would just whack into each other and try and push each other out the way while they're underwater. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So people would also forget that they had snorkels on their heads, so they go too far underwater and they just like choke on water and have to come up and sit on the side for 5 minutes because
that's what drowned. I wanted to ask. How deep was the water?
It was like an Olympic swimming pool size swimming pool, so it was like a good depth. It was
2 meters.
It's like 3 meters.
2 to 3 meters around there. Yeah.
The long snorkel.
It was the most bizarre thing I've ever done in my life, and I don't regret it. It was a lot of fun at the time, but I would never do it again. And I would never be caught doing something that stupid.
I think isn't there something like football where you're having like a bubble around you?
Yes.
This one I would like to try.
I'd try that. I can't remember what it's called. Is it Zorb? They're Zorbs, aren't they? Is that what they're called?
Really?
Airballs are called Zorbs.
It is here anyway. It is here and in America. I don't know. Maybe something different.
I feel like that would also be a bit of a safety hazard.
Yeah, definitely.
There's people like running into each other when they've got those things, and they just fly like 10 feet.
Yeah,
trust it.
Someone just leaves a pin on the floor. Someone slowly deflates throughout the game.
They just get vacuum packed inside it.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Just the image of Kevin running around with a bunch of people half his size and just whacking into the sword. Oh dear. Yeah, so go back round to questions. Joe, have we got another question?
Yeah, this one's it was my question. Okay. So it goes for everybody. Which is your favorite body part on yourself, and which body part are you most proud of?
Huh.
Muscles?
Yeah, I'm going to refrain from sex jokes.
Sure.
I think Kevin was thinking the exact same thing as me there.
I was talking about this on somebody else's podcast. It was like, is the penis a muscle?
Yeah, well, no, it's an organ. Scientifically, it's an organ.
Apparently you can have penis hypertrophy. I'm not joking.
Right. Okay. I had no idea that was even a thing.
I don't know.
There you go.
So
So thinking about muscle.
We're now thinking about the neuromuscular adaptations of a penis.
Creatine loading.
Creatine loading. So yeah, for me, muscle-wise, my best body part, upsettingly, has always been my glutes, probably. Like, in terms of, like, all jokes aside, in terms of actual a bit, like, the amount of workload I have to put into developing them versus what they are, they are by far probably my best body part. Because it's not a case of me having to do any direct work on them to actually have good glutes. They're just there. It's a genetic trait. If I had to pick one body part, though, that I like most on me in particular, probably my chest. I quite like my chest.
The nipples or the chest?
The actual chest muscle.
Oh.
Yeah. What about you, Kev?
I think I'm going with legs.
Legs?
Yeah, because
Safe
it's
bet.
the same reason as you said.
Mm.
And the body part I'm most proud of, I think, is my back, because my back was always a major weakness, and I have to train a lot of years to get them to where it is right now.
Mm. Yeah, that's a lot of rack pulls that you've been doing. Yeah.
That's the driest answer you can get.
But it's honest, though. That's like the truth of it, isn't it? Is that,
sure,
like, the body parts you are most proud of are always going to be the ones where you've had to just ruin yourself day in, day out to bring them up. Yeah. Unlike my calves, they'll never be good. Crying.
You can just shoot them up. It's fine.
Yeah. Those
Right.
look like water balloons on stage. Joe.
What about me? Most proud body part, definitely legs. And my legs used to be my best body part. It's probably my back now is my best body part. Okay. But if I could have anything different, but I think maybe in 12 months, my most proud body part will be my arms, because I'm going to just blast the shit out of them for a whole year and see what happens. Yeah. So that's the plan anyway, because I don't want twigs anymore. So they look like twigs on a tree. So
you've added an extra arm day?
Yeah, I've added in an arm day. So I was doing push-pull legs. So I started off doing a 4-day split when I first started training.
Yeah.
Then when I got sick and had all the time off, I came back and did push-pull legs for maybe 12 months. Mm-hmm. And I think it increased the density of my back, my chest. Yeah. But certain body parts, like my shoulders used to be like a very good body part. Okay. And then because there's not as much volume on the shoulders, at least in my push sessions before, they sort of went away. Okay. And I think it was more negative on my physique. So when everything's open again, I'll be going back to a 4-day split and doing it that way, with an arm day in every second rotation. So
okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Mine's not really changed since I actually adopted like the pump or metabolic idea from you when we spoke, Kevin, and I did incorporate that, and I absolutely did notice a drastic difference in terms of actual volume, in terms of how the muscle looks visually. That's what I found, and yeah, when we're back in the gym, that will be definitely back in rotation. At the minute, I'm currently in lockdown more of a straight bro split where it is like a body part per day. Yeah. However, yeah, when we go back in, it will be in 2 days on, 1 day off. Yeah, it'll be 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. That'll be my split when I go back in.
Yeah.
With very low baseline volume.
Currently only training 4 days a week. I think when we last spoke, I trained like 5 days. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've just decreased the training days, the frequency, because I was just realizing every time I did 5 days a week, I was running through a wall or against the wall and had to deload or take some days off. And now I'm pretty good off with like a pull rest, push rest, legs, and then arms and shoulders metabolic work, and another day off, and then I start again. So I have only 2 rotations, and everything is coming every 14 days. So that's pretty good for me, which really made a lot of progress over the last weeks.
Fantastic. What is your opinion on recovery in terms of naps and stuff like that? Because I did for a short period of time, for about a month or two, used to nap fairly frequently, and looking back, that was probably the best period of time in terms of training I've actually had. Although at the time, I think at the time I took it a different way. At the time, I took it as being a negative, in that it was almost a sign that I was like I'd come home from training, I'd eat, and I'd just fall asleep in my chair for like an hour. Yeah. And I took that as a sign at the time that I was doing too much. I needed to dial back in order to recover.
Yeah.
However, actually looking back now retrospectively, I think that was the wrong move. What is your opinion on that?
Definitely a nap guy, but I think it also depends on your recovery capabilities, or if you have the time for it.
Yeah.
And also how long you are sleeping per night.
Yeah.
So I'm sleeping like 7 to 8 hours per night. And 1 hour, as you said, I'm coming home from the workout, I'm eating, and then I'm taking a nap for, I think, an hour.
Yeah.
This works pretty fine for me, yeah.
I might think about taking that back when we're back in the gym and doing that again.
If you have the time to, I would really advise it.
Absolutely. Right now, I'm run flat because of being at the end of my uni. This is my final semester, so all my big assignments and projects are in at the moment. So yeah. As soon as that calendar's cleared up, I'll be doing that again for sure.
Sure.
Awesome. Fingers crossed. Last time we spoke, obviously I had my really bad stomach problems, Kevin, and everything like that. They changed my medications and everything. Had my blood work done. Everything is going in the right direction, which is good. Food now, I found my new maintenance after my last flare up. So pretty much every time I have a bad flare up, I become more resistant to putting on body weight, because it affects your metabolism and the ability to separate and digest the foods and everything. So I'm losing weight at 3.8K right now. So every day I'm trying to get 4,000 in, just to maybe even put on 1 pound a week or something like that. And it's so fucking difficult, because 4,000, whereas before the highest I ever went was maybe 3.1. But now, if I try to go back to that, I just lose weight straight away. So breakfast now is 1,200 calories. And then after every other meal around training is a bit smaller, more easy to digest everything. And then I have a big feeding again before bed. So it's sort of working out well, and everything seems to be okay for now. So we'll see. But I think when we're all back training as well, we're going to see a big response, a good response, and really put some muscle on as well, because I've been away for it now for so long, especially being healthy. Hopefully it's going to be like a spring and just explode, and we shall see. But fucking 4,000 calories is no joke.
That's a lot of food. Yeah. What is your actual expenditure like then, Joe? In terms of your daily activity? Around
6,000 steps.
Wow. Okay. So it's not crazy high steps.
No.
That either. So.
It's like when me and Katie go on walks up the river and everything like that, it usually clocks in around 10,000 if we do that. And I wake up the next day 2 pound lighter. So it's not good.
That's rough, man.
Yeah. But distension seems to have gone as well, which is really good. I've switched from a higher volume food, so less rice and more things like bread and wheat-based things, like more calorie-dense things, and there's less bloating. Instead of eating like 500 grams of rice, it's now like 2 bagels, jam, maybe some butter, nut butter or something like that, some eggs.
Need to add some easier calories.
Yeah.
Also like bread in the off season. Just like my post-workout meal is like chicken, rice, spinach, and 1 or 2 breads or toast or something like this, because digests just very well. Also, if you can add something like an apple juice or something, if you digest as well, it's so individual. So I can't really give an advice here because you will have to check it out. But looks like you're going into the right direction.
Fingers crossed.
It's about time. It's about time.
I know. Everything's just been for so long.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I think as well that lockdown has done you no favors, Joe.
No, I've not. Yeah. This time around, like, I'm much better prepared. Like, I have a good amount of weight, everything like that. At home, food is good. Health is in better place than it was before. But it's like I calculated last week, in the past 2 years, I've only been training solid for 4 months. So it's really just frustrating because it's like stop, start, stop, start. So hopefully everything just stays okay.
Yeah. So, fingers crossed.
What are your guys' sort of specific goals when we go back in the gym in terms of in the gym goals? Obviously, Kevin, you've got your show, but is there anything when gym's fully open back up that you want to actually hit, like as a performance goal?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I'm just trying to hold on to the that I moved now in the quarantine, because I'm also fortunate enough to have a gym to go to. That's pretty different from anybody else, I guess. So I don't really have the performance goals in mind. Also, I've been taking out the hip hinges. I'm just having 1 hip hinge move because I want to focus more on the upper back and lower lat area, because my erector is pretty thick and it could hurt me in the side turns from the classic poses. Stefan and me spoke in the last diet over this, because we realized when the body fat was down, the waist still looked a bit thick into these quarter turns because of the amount of erector what was on my body. So I basically tried to downsize this a bit to get more flow into the physique.
I think that's something that, because I'll be prepping again next year, having had a over 2 year off season. I think I'll probably adopt the same sort of idea. In my last prep, initially, I think at the start we had double hip hinges. There were different variations of a hip hinge. So it was an RDL, then a barbell RDL, and a dumbbell RDL. Obviously, the amount of load when doing a dumbbell RDL is vastly different to a barbell RDL. So it wasn't too bad, but I found as soon as I went down to one hip hinge per rotation in that prep, that was the best my midsection and waist had actually looked the entire prep. And I didn't end up really losing any sort of detail or density or anything like that through my lower back. So
also a lot of impact on the CNS, I think.
Absolutely.
If you take out the hip hinge, you feel we trained like the first time without the hip hinge, I think on Monday, and on Tuesday the back was sore, but there was no like CNS which was damaged or something like this. This also a thing. I think a lot of guys can train more volume or more frequency if they take out the hip hinge, but a lot of guys need the hip hinge. So I guess it's kind of
The thing I started doing before everything got closed again was putting the hip hinge at the back of the pull workout at the end of the pull workout, because everything's already fucked. So it puts more. I can put more volume into weaker areas of the back, like my upper back and mid trap area and lat area and stuff. Yes. And then my erectors and my upper lat is the best part of my back. So for me to add that in at the end, it just makes more sense. And the load you're lifting is maybe reduced by 20%. And because there's already so much blood and everything in the back, I personally feel it better as well. And I feel it less in the glutes and the hamstrings and things like this. So
yeah, I also have it at the back of or at the end of my back session, right before the rear delt and the biceps work.
That might be something that I need to think about going into my next prep. That might be a good idea for me as well. I think for the rest of my off season, once gyms open back up, I will keep my hip hinges towards the start still. Just because like one of the big things with me is that like my posterior chain is my weak point, aside from my glutes. My glutes are dominant, but everything else needed to catch up. So I'm still thinking that realistically I can probably start pulling 260 for reps before the end of my off season. The goal was to get to maybe 300 by the end of the off season, but I'm limited. I've spent half of my off season at this point limited to 200 kg on the barbell. So, yeah, if I can get to 260, that would be excellent in terms of.
It probably makes more sense, especially when we first go back, at least maybe for a month or something like that, to try and gain a bit of full body strength back anyway. And maybe that will transfer over to more isolation stuff.
Yeah. So I will be doing very, very baseline volume. So I will just be doing one big working set per movement like that and nothing else. And other exercises like leg extension or something, for example, I will get in some more high density work in through like muscle rounds or whatever. And that's where the actual session volume will mainly accumulate. Yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So makes sense to me anyway.
Have we got another question, Joe, that you can throw to?
I had a few more questions I wanted to ask Kevin anyway.
Yeah.
So besides yourself in Austria and Michael and everything like that, is there anybody that you have like in mind that maybe in the future could be like a very good pro or anything like that?
Yeah, we have I think 4 or 5 pros in Austria. We have Fabian Meyer, I think.
Pull him up, Jermaine.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
1 second.
It's like I know the name.
SCFM. I think he's probably the best.
I had Kevin up just in case, but we're going to someone else. Fabian.
No, Classy.
What's the last name?
Yeah, it's Classy FM.
Ah, there we are.
There you go. Fabian Meyer.
Fabian Meyer.
Yeah. Also coached by Stefan.
Oh, yes, I know him.
I've seen this guy before.
Stefan as well.
Sorry?
Awesome.
He's with Stefan as well.
Yes. Also, I think 2013 on.
Oh, okay.
Come on, internet catch up. There we go. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he's 189 or something like this. Heat.
Centimeters, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very cool physique.
Yeah, looking pretty good.
Yeah. Who else? Who else have we got?
We have Klaus Thresher. Klaus. Yeah, the third one.
Yeah.
Also a classic physique guy. I think the contest picks are a little bit down, if he has any on.
Wow.
Yeah, on our classic, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good pose. Very, very good.
Yeah, the shape and everything's there. He just needs more size.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if he can develop the size he needs to, but he has a very classy look to himself.
Yeah,
this is cool. Always posed from day one on like the Arnold poses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
You could see it in some of these shots. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He's very much a limb bodybuilder, whereas we was talking about building up erectors and heavy pulls and things. This guy's got the arms and the legs and everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah, very nice. How tall is he?
I think, he's also a very tall guy.
That's Rough Diesel there. So he's quite tall. Yeah.
He's quite tall. Yeah.
Wow.
I think maybe like Fabian, like 189 or something like this.
Mm-hmm.
He's about what, 6'2", maybe.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the difference. That's Greg Deschette there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's quite tall.
Yeah.
He's quite tall. Wow. That's even more impressive. Whenever I see someone who's like, he must be what, 6'3", maybe 6'4".
Like
I'm 6'6". I'm 6 foot, I think. They like 6'1" or 6'2". Yeah.
Yeah. When you get people who start creeping up into the middle of the 6 foot mark, it's super impressive when they put on any amount of size. Like, very, very cool.
Especially with the direction that the classic seems to be going in, favoring the bigger, taller guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know how big C-Bomb is.
It's around 6'1", I think. 6 foot. 6'1".
He's a bit taller than me, I think.
Yeah.
Who else have we got?
I think we only have like a Physique. Oh, we have Lara, which is a girl.
How am I spelling that?
L R A. No, A. Go back.
L-A-R?
A. R. Number A. Sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah.
The people who aren't watching the video are going to be like, "What is going on?"
It's a women's physique competitor.
Oh, I've seen this girl before.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think AJ's posted many pictures of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. She competed in London and turned pro there.
Wow.
Yeah, the 2 Bros Pro.
Fantastic. Look at the
Do you think there's any? I know it's better than mine.
Yeah, better than mine. That's for sure.
Do you think there's any reason why there's so many like classic pros coming out of Austria in that area rather than open competitors? Is that more like the desired look, or
no? Because there is not enough potential for the open guy. I can't think of anybody else than Fabian. Fabian could
maybe he's a very big frame. Yeah,
I always feel like Austria, Germany, Switzerland, they have almost like a bit of bodybuilding heritage.
Yeah.
Where like it's almost not an expectation, but that's like the culture there seems a bit more centered around that, maybe. Obviously, still ridiculously hardcore training. That's what you always see out of the European camps and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Wow.
She's also with Stefan.
Okay.
Makes sense. Can I full screen this? That should be fine, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I think this was the pro qualifier, the overall.
The UK one, yeah. I think I remember seeing it. I think this is the one we watched, wasn't it, Jermaine?
Yeah, we watched this. I remember I was watching. Yeah. I was at work, sat on my desk computer and had it up at work. Wow.
She's very complete, and she's clearly got the best lower body on stage as well.
I mean, she's got enough of everything that it shows up everyone else. That's what it seems like. Yeah,
for sure. On the pro qualifier stage, I think she needs to build up more back and overall mass for the physique class in the pro ranks.
It reminds me of maybe Karin 2-3 years ago, before she had a lot of mass in the back. But it's very, very impressive as well.
Wow.
Is there anything you wanted to discuss before we let you go, Kevin?
Not really, I think. We featured a lot of Austrian pros today.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. No.
Come up.
I didn't think of anything.
Lion King.
So you say prep starts in March?
Prep starts in March, yes.
Awesome.
How much are you looking for a a certain amount of weight above what you were last time, or is it just the overall look and bringing that conditioning?
I guess it will be about 2 kgs more.
Okay.
But I think if it's in I think if it's in the right areas, it will look pretty different.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as I said, I needed it in the chest, delt, and arms, because the lower body I think is enough or big enough for the classic. And also, if I have more size up there, I have a better V taper, and the waist would look even smaller.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this progression kind of shows that. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, because I never really had from day one like the smallest waist.
Yeah,
as you can see. But as the physique progressed and the muscle put into the right places, it looks like I have the tiniest waist.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it even way back here, like in 2013. You had such developed wheels, even back then.
Yeah, I think in 2013 I started to decrease my frequency on leg training. I only trained legs like every 2 weeks.
Wow.
I think from 2015 or 2016 on, I started to do them weekly again.
Jeez Louise.
That's awesome, man.
So that's where
when you're maybe like 6 weeks into your prep, so maybe mid-April, something like that, we could have you back on. Maybe you and Michael could come on together or something like that. Maybe you and we'll reach out to Stefan or something like that as well. Get everybody on and discuss how the prep's going and everything. So,
yeah, we'll try and get you on before you get into the thick of it. So we're not dragging you around when you're, like 6 weeks out or something and you don't want to talk to anyone about it.
I'm always working from home, so it's not really different if I'm doing a podcast or something else.
Gotcha.
It'll be fine.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let me bring you all back. Okay, so thank you very much for coming on again, Kevin. It's been a pleasure as always. And yeah, we'll try and get you on again in a couple of months, is it? Yeah, a couple of months' time.
Yeah, a couple of months.
When you get actually started in prep, and we can sort of document that journey a bit for you, because
do all the boring stuff
when I look better.
When you've got the jawline, yeah. All right, Joe, do you want to see us out?
Oh yeah, can do. First, Kevin, do you want to plug anything? Brutal work, anything like that?
No, I think everybody knows my shit.
Mic drop. There you go.
Everyone knows.
No, all the links to Kevin's everything Kevin is affiliated with will be in the description, so check him out. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, whatever, share it out there. It means a lot to us. But yeah, this has been episode 37, I believe.
Wow.
Nice. So yeah, and we'll be back very soon. So take care, guys, and thank you once again, Kevin.
Cool. Bye.
Cheers. See you guys.